It started to get really overwhelming for me. Probably lots of people would like judge me for this. It's really difficult for me, actually. It gets really hard. I realized halfway through that I was really stopping myself from crying. It's really, really beautiful. I don't know, I just couldn't enjoy it. Hey, it's Elle. I'm just at the Nikkei Matsuri at the Nikkei National Museum and Cultural Center in Burnaby. It's the 11th annual Nikkei Matsuri, and this is actually my first year getting out here, so I'm pretty excited to see what's gonna happen. I've already picked up my t-shirt, so should be good.
The Nikkei Matsuri has been running every year since 2013, and it's a beautiful and vibrant celebration of Japanese culture for people in the Vancouver area. Matsuri, or festivals, are a very important part of Japanese tradition, and there are literally countless omatsuri that take place every year throughout Japan. And of course, the Nikkei Matsuri started off the day with one of the most central elements of any omatsuri, the omikoshi, which is a sort of portable shrine within which the local deity is carried upon the shoulders of strong, energetic people wearing these colorful hakbi, or coats with long sleeves. It's such a great tradition because it brings everyone together. They're cheering and clapping, and you can almost absorb the energy from the atmosphere, putting you right in the spirit to enjoy the rest of the day. After that, I went exploring the booths. I was really pleased to find that they had many of the classic nostalgic children's games that you will see at any festival in Japan, with tons of prizes for the kids too. The staff were nice enough to keep offering me to try my hand at Kingyo Sukui, and who was I to say no? They even let me keep 3 of the little rubber goldfish. It was well worth the effort. There were of course many other shops selling vintage Japanese clothes and other fun odds and ends. There were a lot of neat little gift ideas and souvenirs, really, really beautiful stuff. By now it was well past lunchtime and I was getting hungry, so I hit the yatai, or the food vendors, and they had all the good stuff here. There were Japanese style crepes and tonkotsu ramen. There was okonomiyaki, of course, such a festival classic. There were also fusion Japanese burgers and Vancouver's favorite hot dog stand, Japa Dog. It's always gonna be there for sure. And for the adults, they had a beer garden, which seemed to be a huge hit. Personally, I'd had my heart set on takoyaki for a long time, and I really lucked out today because the takoyaki here were legit. And it's not just the food itself, not just the takoyaki, but the whole process behind it. Just watching them prepare the batter is so satisfying. And then putting on the toppings like the mayonnaise, the bonito flakes, the aonori, and the sauce. It's so good.
Okay, so I just picked up some takoyaki. I haven't had takoyaki in like a couple years, not since I was living in Tokyo, so looking forward to this. I waited an extra 15 minutes and I got the ones with taco in them. If you were only willing to wait a shorter time, you could have gotten them with shrimp inside, but I got the real ones. So, いただきます。
You remember what he did? Yeah, change it.
It's so rare to get like actual proper takoyaki in Vancouver. Even if you go to a restaurant, sometimes you can pay a high price and get like frozen takoyaki, and they're like flat on the bottom. But these are like the proper round guys.
Then it was time to watch the shishimai, or the lion dance, which is another omatsuri classic. Apparently the dance was originally used to ward off the plague and evil spirits, and it has been performed at shrines and temples throughout Japan since the mid-800s. And then going far back into history, it is actually believed to have originated in India. In these performances, you'll often see the lion bite people on the head to bring good luck. It's super fun. I'm not gonna lie, I was still pretty hungry after those 6 bites of takoyaki, so I hit the volunteer room to get my lunch. I had a really long day ahead of me, so I needed to fuel up while I had the chance.
And since I'll be staying here until like 10 p.m., I just grabbed my volunteer meal now. It looks like I got like a pork katsu sandwich, some yam tempura rolls, avocado rolls, 2 California rolls, and some pork gyoza.
Inside the Nikkei Center building, there were even more booths and vendors. The setup was really quite beautiful and it reminded me of old-fashioned food stands in Japan. I was lucky enough to catch a Shorinji Kempo demonstration. After that, everyone gathered back outside around the Yagura for the Bon Odori. It was actually very beautiful. People of all ages and all cultures gathered together, dancing and smiling, and they were really getting into it. It truly was an incredible sight, and I do feel so lucky that we get to experience this here in Vancouver.
Hey, so I just had to step out of the festival for a bit. I still have a few more hours to wait until my volunteer shift starts. And you know, I really do want to help out, and it's really important to me this year. I've been really actively trying to get more engaged in these kinds of things. So it's really important to me that I am here and that I do help out. But it started to get really overwhelming for me, and it was something that I really didn't expect. You know, especially because I had a pretty good time at the Powell St Festival, the other Japanese Canadian festival, a few weeks ago. I mean, I'll put a link in the corner there and down the description if you want to check it out. But yeah, I mean, I had a really good time there, so I was expecting everything to go really well today, and I was really looking forward to it, but it just got so overwhelming. And I know it's really almost impossible for anybody to understand if they haven't been through it, and I feel like probably lots of people would like judge me for this, because I hardly even understand why I get this way myself. It's extremely complex, and it's going back through literally decades of stuff. But this has nothing to do necessarily with the half experience or the Japanese Canadian experience, anything like that. You know, just in general, I find it really difficult to be around happy people. I'm glad that people are happy, but it's just difficult for me to be around it. And that gets even harder when it's happy families, and it gets really difficult for me to be around happy families. And then that gets even more amplified when it's happy families in the context of Japaneseness. Then it gets so loaded that it's really difficult for me, actually. It gets really hard to be around. And so I was watching Bon Odori earlier, the dance, and I realized halfway through that I was really stopping myself from crying. And I know that sounds really, if you don't understand it, it sounds really lame, but trust me, there's a lot there. So I just had to step out for a few hours. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be able to last here until my volunteer shift starts at 7. I don't think I can be in like the music and the happiness and the smiles and the celebration atmosphere. I don't think I could do it for another few hours. So I'm just gonna stay at the park here, chill, and then head back when my shift starts. I mean, it's a really good festival, don't get me wrong. It's excellent. It's so much better than I even imagined. They have just amazing, like the food booths, they have so many, the activities, there's so many really cool games for kids. It's really family friendly. The way they had the omikoshi and the bon odori and like the lion dance, it was really great. It's really beautiful. I don't know, I just couldn't enjoy it. But it's really excellent. It's really an excellent festival. I hope to come again next year, and I really hope that I'll be able to enjoy it next year, because it's an excellent festival. And I'm really impressed by it. It's good.